Okay, fellow travelers, Riley here, and wow, episode 6, Birthright. It just, hit us, didn't it? Such a narrative of suffering.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
seriously, we are not okay after that one, this episode. Gosh, it turned birthing chambers into actual torture chambers.
Right.
And then completely shattered a man's mind with, the cruelest lie you could possibly imagine.
We're talking Juliet
Right.
screaming through labor, being called the devil's child. So if you're ready to unpack Julia's ordeal, Henry's absolute breakdown, Brian's surprising stand, let's just dive in.
Yeah.
So it kicks off with Julia's water breaking, and immediately she seeks out Brian.
Yeah, he's basically the only person she trusts in that whole viper's nest, right?
Totally. And her confession that Henry's the father and she only lied to protect the baby, it creates this immediate, powerful parallel for Brian.
It's a truth he can finally get his head around. And that line, if Ellen was carrying your baby, don't you think she would do anything to keep him out of harm's way? That's not just pulling heartstrings.
Right. And you see it right there in Jamie Roy's performance as Brian. His whole face changes when Ellen's mentioned.
It softens completely.
Yeah.
Which leads us right into that confinement ritual. It starts almost, celebratory. The Howdy's there, the village women.
Right. The cake and everything.
Yeah, all excited about this prophesied king. But then it just shatters. We get those awful flashbacks to Davina's past, Lord Lovat's rape. It really underlines the brutal power dynamics,
Yeah.
especially for women on staff back then.
Right. Learning Davina went through something similar. Blame for her pregnancy, women saying it would be better to kill the child. It's heartbreaking.
Exactly. And then Davina just explodes with her own pain, yelling, "A royal bastard is still a bastard." And the mood turns instantly venomous. The gossips calling Julia Jezebel, devil's child, demanding she repents. It's quite chilling, really, to see how that internalized blame works, how women who've suffered can inflict similar pain, these cycles of trauma, just laid bare.
And speaking of awful, Lord Lovat crashing the birthing room, demanding marriage while she's in labor.
Right. Just unbelievable.
But then Brian, he steps in, defends Davina, not even Julia initially,
That's the moment I think Brian really becomes, the Fraser patriarch we know is coming.
and he pays for it. That whipping from Balak while Lovat just watches. It's brutal. But what's really interesting, I thought, was Brian just taking it, accepting the lashes as his punishment instead of backing down or apologizing. That shows real integrity, principled strength.
For sure.
Okay, so while all that horror is unfolding,
Right. Parallel to Julia's ordeal, we have Henry Beecham, just relentlessly searching for her, almost desperately.
yeah, and his focus is clearly worn thin on his minders, especially Archbug.
And Henry's confession to Arch about searching for his pregnant wife. Oh, the dramatic irony is just crushing.
Because Julie is literally giving birth while he's frantically searching for news of her.
Exactly.
And that little flash of compassion from Archbug, when he mentions losing a child himself, how his wife Merdina nearly died.
Yeah, it creates this brief, authentic connection, which makes his betrayal afterwards even more devastating.
Right.
Archbug doesn't just betray Henry, he crafts this elaborate lie.
Hires a midwife.
Hires a midwife to deliver the worst possible news, falsely. She tells Henry she knew a Julia Beecham, confirms his fears, says Julia and the baby died in childbirth a week ago.
Buried in an unmarked pauper's grave. Just cruel.
And you just see his face crumble. It's like watching his soul leave his body in real time.
It's just brutal. And his PTSD episode right after, the hallucinations. Those rapid cuts, flashes of him running through London streets mixed with the 18th century woods.
It pulls us right into his fractured mind, doesn't it?
And his delusion about Seema, the prostitute, believing she's Julia, having sex with her. It shows this desperate, tragic attempt to cling on to the life that's just been ripped away.
It's heartbreaking.
So back at Castle Leathers, Julia's torment hits its peak. When they demand she swear on her baby's life, and she refuses, she screams she'll do anything to protect her child.
That primal scream, that raw maternal instinct,
Yeah.
that's what does it. It triggers Davina's own flashback to her confinement, the cruelty she faced, making the same vow.
And she chooses differently. She breaks the cycle.
She does, takes control, becomes this unexpected protector. It's a huge shift,
Absolutely. And then they intercut that brutal birth scene with flashbacks to Claire's birth. So much calmer, loving Henry right there.
Oh, that contrast was just haunting. It amplified the trauma, showing what should have been versus this absolute nightmare.
But the episode does give us some healing at the end, thankfully. Brian, all bruised, comes to see Julie and the baby.
Yeah, that was needed. And his promise that the baby might not be his brother, but he will always have a friend in me.
Yeah.
That felt so significant.
And then that lovely quiet moment. Julia finds out Brian doesn't even know his own birthday because of the shame around his birth. So she puts a candle on that abandoned cake from the gossips, tells him to make a wish, gives him this little moment of celebration he's never had.
And it perfectly reframes the episode's title, doesn't it? Birthright. It shifts it away from just lineage or legitimacy towards human dignity, individual worth.
Okay, so let's get into the theories.
Yeah.
So the time travel thing, forcing an impossible choice between kids, that seems stronger now, right? The core question is still, why don't they ever get back to Claire? Especially now we know there's a season 2 coming, so it feels unlikely they just, die immediately.
Exactly. So the main theories are still floating. 1, the baby doesn't have the gene, can't travel. So they have to choose, leave
Right.
him in the past or leave Claire in the future. Gut-wrenching either way. Or maybe giving birth in the past somehow severs Julia's ability to travel, traps her there. Either way, the tragic outcome is they live out their lives in the 18th century, and Claire never finds out what truly happened.
And Claire's brother, the mystery around him, that feels even more important now. The showrunner teasing that the reveal will make heads explode. That suggests it's someone we know, right? Or someone connected in a big way.
Yeah.
So Highland family, what did you make of it all? How did Birthright hit you? Do you think Henry can pull himself back?
Yeah, and what about Julia protecting her son now? And Davina is this redemption reel. Where does she go from here?
Let us know your thoughts. It's a lot to process.
Definitely. But maybe the key takeaway is this. Birthrights aren't just about blood. They're about dignity, connection, and the family you choose can be the most powerful legacy of all.
Keep choosing healing, everyone. We'll catch you on the next deep dive into your insights.